Hi everyone and welcome to this Gentle Pilates class. Today we're going to be focusing on slow and controlled gentle movement for if you are feeling tired or just a bit unwell and you need to just take things down a notch. So we're going to get started on the mat in a 4-point kneeling position. I want you to make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. You know the drill. And then we're going to get started with some cat-cows. So you're going to inhale, extend the spine, looking up, nice arch in the back, but make sure that you're looking forward, you're not overextending in the neck. Exhale, take your gaze towards your navel, flexing your spine, drawing in the abs. Inhale, lift up, lengthen, finding nice extension. Exhale, round the back, scoop in the abs, press the floor away with your hands. Inhale, look up, lengthen, and then exhale, take your gaze towards your navel, and then come back to a neutral spine. So we've started warming up the spine a little bit. We're going to take our hands a little bit further away so that they're not directly under our shoulders. And then we're going to come into a tricep press. So you're going to inhale, lower your elbows down towards the mat. Exhale, press back up, pressing into the palm of the hands. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. So I want you to focus on that mind to muscle connection. We're working the triceps, the back of the arms. So inhale, lower. Exhale, press, extend the arms. Good. Let's go for another 4. Tap the mat, lift up, slow and controlled. Last 2. Last 1. Lift it up. You're going to extend the right arm so that is parallel with the mat and in line with your ear. I want you to bring that shoulder down, and then we're going to circle the arm back behind us, lowering down onto the left forearm. So this is like a double tricep press. And then you're going to lift back up, take the arm forward. So inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and press. You should be feeling a nice burn in both triceps. Let's go for another 4. 3. 2. Stay with me. Last one. Okay. Take that right arm down. We're going to do that on the other side. So extend that left arm, and then we're going to circle it back, lower down onto the right forearm. Exhale, press back up and circle that arm back around. So feel the tricep contraction as you circle that arm and bring that palm towards your body, and feel the tricep contraction on that right arm. So this looks like you're basically doing nothing, but you can really feel it in your triceps. Let's go for another 4. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Lift up. Take your hand down. Okay, bring your hands underneath your shoulders again. We're going to go into some push-ups. So make sure that when you lower down, you're lowering your chest down and you bring your elbows in towards your waist. Exhale, press back up. So shift a little forward and then lower down and press back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. So we're taking a nice gentle modification here. Let's go for another 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lift up, press back to a shell stretch. Make sure your toes, your big toes are touching. Send the arms long away from you, finding a nice stretch in the arms, in the shoulders. And then I want you to ripple your spine forward so that you come over your hands, lower down the hips to the mat. Take the feet out about mat distance apart, tuck under your toes, lift up into extension, and then lift the hips up, pressing back to a pike. Finding a nice stretch here, and then we're going to lower the hips back down. Come up into extension, bring the toes together, press back to your shell. So we're going to do a nice flow here, rippling forward, tucking the toes, finding extension, lifting up, pressing up to a pike, and then lower back down, toes come together, and then come back to your shell. Let's do a few more here. Just working through the spine. Lower down, find extension, toes come together, press back. Okay, let's do another one. Take your toes away from you, away from each other, lift up into extension, tuck the toes, press back to a pike. Lower down now onto your tummy in a prone position. Okay. Just taking my mic off so that you can hear me. We're going to get into some single leg extension. So we're going to be working the glutes now. The glute max, the glute med, and the glute min. I want you to bend that right leg. And then we're going to exhale, lift. Using the glute, inhale, lower. So we're extending at the hip. It's okay if your thigh doesn't come all the way off the mat. Make sure your forehead is resting on your hand. You're scooping in the abs. The hip presses down into the mat as you lift that leg. Let's go for another 3. Last 2. Last one, I want you to hold it here. We're going to externally rotate that leg. So you're going to bring the knee out to the side and rotate that foot downwards. And then bring it back up. So exhale as you take it into external rotation. Inhale as you come back up. Finding happy, healthy hips. Keep up in that glute hold. Working the glute at all angles. With slow and gentle movement. Let's go for another 3, 2. Last one, hold it there, externally rotated. We're going to take that leg up and over, tapping the floor with our toes, finding a nice spine twist. You can rest your cheek on your hand. If your back cracked, that's good. Just taking a nice release here, a nice twist of the spine. And then bring it back down. We're going to go into the other side. So rest your forehead on your hands. And then you're going to bend the left knee. You're going to exhale, lift. Using the glute, inhale, lower. So extend it at that hip. Just like we did the other side. Feel that mind to muscle connection, that glute contraction as you lift that leg. Let's go for another 4. Last 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, coming into external rotation. Rotate that foot down towards the mat, taking that knee out to the side, and then bring it back to center. So exhale, take it out. Inhale, come back. Perfect. Keep that leg up in that glute hold. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it externally rotated. Take it up and over, resting the cheek on your hands, feeling a nice spine twist. So the nice thing about this is we get to do this all lying down, not standing up, squatting. It's just going to be a relaxing workout. Okay, take it back, up and over. I want you to take your palms towards your hips now. Rest your forehead on the mat. We're going to lift up into extension. So you're going to inhale, lift the chest off the mat, up into extension, hover those hands, arms off the mat, and then exhale, lower back down. So inhale, lift, find length, gaze towards the mat, exhale, lower back down. Getting into those back extensors. Let's go for another 4, 3, lift, find length. Last 2. Last 1. I want you to hold here, and we're going to do some palm flips. So you're going to flip the palms up and then flip them down. So we're really getting into those triceps. Let's go for another 5, 4, 3, lift those hands up, 2, 1, lower it down, and then you're going to press back to a shell stretch. Taking a nice big deep breath here. Okay. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back up and come to the middle of our mat where we're going to do some ab work. So I want you to lower down gently onto your back. Okay. Now, before we do anything, I want you to tuck the pelvis under. So I want you to gently come into an imprinted spine. We're going to lift the legs to tabletop one at a time. And then we're going to take our hands behind our head. We're going to exhale, lift up into your ab curl. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift, sliding the ribs down towards the hips, gaze towards your thighs. I want you to make sure that you're not popping in the abs, so you're drawing the abs in towards the spine so that you're keeping that intra-abdominal pressure. Focus on your breath as you lift up. And make sure that your abs are lifting you, not your hands. So your head is just resting. Let's go for another 2. Last one, hold it up here. Extend that left leg long. Twist towards the right. Inhale, bend it back in. Exhale, extend the right leg. Inhale, back to center. Keep that intra-abdominal pressure. Keep it strong, slow, and controlled. Use your breath. Keep that back press flat to the mat. Last 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Lower the head down. Extend the legs to the ceiling. You're going to exhale, lift, reach for those toes. Inhale, lower back down, lower one leg, lift it back up. Exhale, lift up and reach. Inhale, lower and lower that leg, other leg, so we're alternating. Exhale, lift, reach. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, reach. Inhale, lower. So make it a nice, smooth movement. Perfect. Your abs should be burning. Let's go for another 2. Last one. Perfect. Hold up in that ab curl. We're going to go into scissors. So you're going to drop one leg and then the other, alternating. Try and keep those legs as straight as possible. Gaze towards your thighs. Scooping in the abs. Keeping the back press flat to the mat. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. That's abs complete. And then we're going to come into some more glutes now. Okay, so I want you to take your feet down towards the mat. We're going to come into our glute bridge. So on your exhale, you're going to lift your hips up towards the ceiling, pressing through your heels. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and press. I want you to make sure that you're sliding your ribs down towards your hips as you lift so that there's a slight tuck under of the pelvis and you're not flaring in your ribs. You're keeping that good form. Okay. Your gaze is towards the ceiling. Let's go for another 5. Slow, controlled. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up here. Take your hands to the ceiling. We're going to dip the right hip towards the mat and then lift it back up. Alternating sides, dipping the left hip and then lifting it back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, bring it back to center. You can feel the glutes working, the hamstrings working. Let's go for another 2. Last one. Lift it up, take the hands back down. I want you to put the weight into your left foot now, but you're keeping the hips level. We're going to extend the right foot. So check your hips, feel them, are they level? And then I want you to lift up onto your toes, lower back down. So you're exhaling, lifting, inhaling, lowering. Perfect. Keep those hips up, level pelvis. Hips are square to the ceiling. Okay, let's go for 2. Last one, hold it up. You're going to bend that leg in and lower the heel down. And then lift and shoot that leg out. Perfect. Exhale, lift and extend that leg. Inhale, bend it in. Remember, hips are square, hips are level. If you need that tactile reference, take it. Last 2. Last one. Lower that right foot down, lower the heels down. And then we're going to go into the other side. So put the weight into the right foot, extend the left leg long, and then we're going to lift up onto the right toes, lower back down. Exhale, lift, hips are square. Check if you need to. Use that tactile reference if you need to. If you need to keep your hands here, that's fine. Perfect. Getting into the calves, into the hamstrings. Okay. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Hold it up here. Bend it in, lower the heel. Exhale, lift and extend. So keep those hips stable, square, and that core connected. Sliding the ribs down towards the hips. Okay. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that foot down, lower the heels down, and then lower the glutes down, hug the knees in towards the chest. Very good. Okay. We're going to come onto our right-hand side now. And we're going to bend our knees. Make sure that your feet are in line with your hips. And you're on your right forearm, lifting up out of your shoulder, out of your side waist. Take your hand on top of your hip. You're going to lift up into a side plank and then lower back down. So exhale, lift, find length. Inhale, lower. Feeling the obliques work, same side obliques. Okay. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down and then lower all the way down onto your mat. Rest your head on your arm. Bend the bottom leg, extend the top leg. Lift the top leg about hip height. Place your hand on the mat for support. You're going to circle it forward, up and around. So inhale for half the circle. Exhale for the other half. I want you to make sure that you are not moving around in the hips too much. This movement is coming from your leg inside the hip joint. And then we're going to take it in the other direction. So we're circling back, up and around. Let's go for another 3, 2, core engage. Last 1. Perfect. Bring it back in line with the hip. You're going to flex, take it forward, point, take it back. So inhale, take it forward. Exhale, take it back. I want you to make sure now that you're not moving in the hips, but you're also not extending that spine. So when you take that foot back, I want you to make sure that you're not arching the back, flaring in the ribs. You're keeping that core connection, slight tuck under over pelvis, and then you're going to send forward, take it back. Getting into the glute med, the glute min, and the glute max. Okay, let's go for another 2. And the last one. Hold it extended in line with the hip. You're going to point that foot, flex that foot. So you're keeping it up in that isometric hold. Perfect. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, tap up that hip, come up, take that left leg over the right, lift up, extend the spine, and then twist towards the left. Okay, we got the other side to do now. So release that. Come down onto your left hand side now. Onto your left forearm. Legs are bent. Feet are in line with the hips. Take that top hand on your hip. And then you're going to lift up into that side plank and lower back down. So exhale to lift, pucking the hips up. Really feel the obliques work as you lift those hips up. Let's go for another 4. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, lower all the way down onto your mat. Rest your head on your arm. Okay, extend the top leg, bend the bottom leg. Make sure you're lifting that top leg in line with the hip. We're going to circle it forward, up and around. Inhale for half the circle. Exhale for the other half. Feel those hips. Are they moving? Try and keep them still. And then we're going to take it in the opposite direction. So take it backwards, up and around. Perfect. Just moving that femur inside that hip joint. Last 2. Last 1. Take it hip height. Flex. Take it forward. Point. Take it back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Make sure that you're not extending the lower spine and flaring in the ribs. Keeping that core connection, that slight tuck under of the pelvis. Okay, let's go for another 4. Burning out the glutes. 3, 2, 1. Point that foot, flex that foot. Getting into that ankle mobility, which is so important. A lot of people neglect that, but your ankle mobility affects your knee mobility and your hip mobility. Okay, last 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, tap out that glute. Lift up. Take that right leg over the left. Lift through the spine and then twist towards the right. Feeling a nice stretch in the glute. Perfect. Release that. Unravel your legs. I want you to come into a pigeon now. So bring that right leg between your hands. Lift up. Feel a nice extension of the spine. Maybe you bring that left arm up and over. Reach for that leg. Sorry, the right arm up and over. Getting confused between my right and my left. Okay. Release that. I want you to shift onto your glutes. Extend that left leg. Lift up and over, coming into lateral flexion. Opening up the side waist. Release, and then we're going to do that on the other side. So bend in the left leg, extend the right leg, coming up into your pigeon. Find length. Bend that leg. Circle the left arm around. Reach for that leg. Finding a nice stretch in the quads. Release that. Take the hand back down. Come back down onto your glutes. Lift up and over towards that extended leg. And then come back up. And that's it for today's class, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed this gentle Pilates and that you're feeling restored and so much better after this class. If you are, please give this video a like, Comment down below. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this, and don't forget to subscribe, as it really supports my channel. Thank you guys. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.